In this episode, I'm coming at you with another fistful of Joes, so stick around. Hello, fellow dorks and dorkettes, and welcome to It Came From My Side of the Laundry Room. My name's Rob, and in this episode, we are going to grab another fistful of Joes. And for the uninitiated, that means that I store my G.I. Joe figures in these little boxes, and what I'll do is reach in and grab just a random handful of them, and we'll review, look at, and play with them. So yeah, a lot of fun to be had. And like I've explained in the past, unfortunately keeping them in these little boxes and not having enough room to display them in the laundry room, yeah, this is a great opportunity for me to see what I have, reconnect with it, and just have a good time. So, here we go! Yo, Joe! Okay, folks, here we go. I have the box here, so let me reach in and see what we get. So okay, looks like I got 5 here. Now let's take a look at them. Okay, first things first. Open a little baggie here. And as you can see, we have Flash. Or in the 25th anniversary, they call him Sergeant Flash. I mean, yeah, it kind of bums me out that they had to change a lot of the names. I mean, for the most part, it's the same, but it's still a change, and yeah, I don't like it. I'm a crotchety old man. But anyway, here we go. We have Flash. This is a wonderful recreation of the original figure. As you can see, I just put his backpack on. And he comes with his laser rifle. So let's gear him up. And then we'll take a look at the details. Don't know why he has 2 holes here, but we will plug this in here if it'll fit. It's not fitting, so let's try this hole. And I don't want to force it too much because I don't want to bust it. Okay, he's having a hard time, so let's... Maybe it's to... Oh, look at that! Learn something new every day. He can store it on his backpack. That is awesome. I never realized that. But then again, I never really got to play around with my 25th anniversary figures as much as I wanted to. I've explained it before, but I had them all still in the packaging. And when my wife and I moved into our house, it was kind of, hey, we don't have room for all this. You're not in your bachelor pad anymore, so either get rid of them or find another way to keep them. And I took them all out of their packages so I could put them in the little boxes like I have here. And yeah, I mean, I saved all the file cards and packaging that I could, but yeah, I had to open them all and didn't really get to look at them or play with them while I was doing it. So like I said, this is a fun exercise for me to take a look at these figures finally. Anyway, enough backstory. I just noticed how awesome it is that he has the original belt buckle like the old school Joes did, the Hasbro house. That is a neat little addition, and I have to see if any of the 25th anniversaries of the other OG Joes have that same thing. Really neat. But never had Flash as a kid, always wanted him because he has such a great costume. I mean, this, you know, laser-proof armor or whatever that he wears, or heat sinks or whatever they are just phenomenal. And it's great that he has them in this version as well. Here is a cat paying a visit. So let's put his helmet on, put his visor down. Pretty awesome. Really great figure. Sorry for the shaking, that's the cat rubbing his little chinny chin chin on the camera stand there. But really great figure. Just happy with it. Great detailing. Now that we have this hooked up, let's put it in his hands. Yeah, still really blown away by that you could put that on his backpack. Really neat addition to the figure. This is definitely a character I would love to see in the classified line. I think I said that in the episode of the Joes I would like to see done in the classified line. Definitely all the OG Joes I would love to see. Anyway, let's go on to the next one. Take this off, put it back in his little protective sandwich or snack baggie. Zip them up and put them to the side. Next, we have Buzzer. Now, you know, all in all, I'm happy with this version. Still has his ponytail, which is great. Great detailing with the jeans tucked in the boots. Got skulls here on the boots. I don't know if you can see that on camera, because the closer I get, it gets more blurry. One day I'll get a better camera for this. Yeah. This armor, a little bit more built up than the original, a little bit more detail, but there's only one thing I truly don't like about this figure. Well, two things. One, he doesn't come with any extra weapons like the original one did, and I'm just not a fan of this chainsaw design. I love the size, I love that it's just a normal old chainsaw, but I don't like the flame motif. The time it came out was a different time, I will say that, and we had many pants and things with flame designs, and whoa, what's going on here? Yeah, as I've pointed out before at the 25th anniversary, I'm just always scared to add a little oomph to the joints, because they are very, look at how much movement is in his wrist articulation here. Don't want that to come apart. So we won't mess with that too much, because I don't want to bust it. I've been lucky in the past with muscling it, but this just doesn't look like it's going. Look at that. See, look at that. Instead of it actually bending at the seam here, it's busting apart. Not cool. So let's put that back in and give Buzzer a proper send-off and put him back in his bag before I bust him. So, sorry Buzzer, it's for your own good. Next we have, oh look, Arashikage Leader, the Hard Master. This blew me away to actually see this in a toy form after reading, about him in the comics for so long as a kid. Here we got Hard Master. Have his file card. The ones that I do have the file cards for in the bags from the 25th anniversary are the ones that usually came in a 2-pack or the comic packs or whatever that had the cards already cut out and placed in a little baggie. The ones that I do not have, I still have on the file cards themselves and in a comic book box. But like I said, so awesome to see this character in toy form finally. Just like Quinn from last episode or the episode before that, I can't remember. Someone that you grew up reading about in the comic books, and you finally have a figure of them. So he is bending at his joints much better than Buzzer was. Has a great, unfortunately, molded forearm here. I mean, he still has twisting in the upper forearm, not in the wrist, for holding his bow. A shuriken here on his arms. That's a nice little addition. Some daggers here. A scroll. And this mask. Does his headband come off and replace with the mask? Uh-oh. I hope I was supposed to do that. It goes on okay. I wish it would go on a little bit better. Let's try it this way. There we go. Much better. That's kind of neat. So let's put his headband back on. Got some paint application that's stuck behind, but that's okay. Very cool. Have a katana here with the Harakakashi symbol on it. Some real cloth. That's nice. Maybe to do his dancing blade technique that was in the comic. I forget what the name of it was exactly, but how he held, I think, this in the rope in his teeth and was pulling this out. I'm probably messing that all up. But very nice katana. And goes on his back. Uh-oh. See, that's the only bummer there. Now that's going to be loosey-goosey. Oh well, that popped off. So let's try putting the bow in his hands, shall we? Oh, fine. Just take your headband off. Don't want to be a team player. If only they had a little hole here in his fingers to knock the arrow in to hold it. But that's pretty cool. It does have a knock here that goes in here. Let's see if you can really fire it here. Wow, you could put an eye out with that. Very cool, very nice figure. Extra bonus points for really firing the arrow and potentially harming a child. So very cool. So bag him back up. Yep. Next, uh-oh. I only have 3 here. I didn't grab 5, so I'm going to have to grab another 5th of a handful of Joes, fistful of Joes. Shipwreck. Honestly, bummed that he's not in his original outfit, but this one is very nice. I like this. Has this life preserver, life vest. Tattoo, that's cool. Look at that though, closed fist, bummer. But he has finger on the trigger action here. But it would have been nice if we could have put that in his hands. But he has a holster for his pistol. Would have loved to see the original flintlock type of pistol. Nice flaring here, detail on the sleeves. Okay, just Shipwreck. They didn't have to name them anything silly. Has a very surly expression on his face. The blue hat, would have rather it be a white hat. I don't mean to diss him, because it is a great figure. But there's just something so iconic about that original design. Has a hook this time instead of like a little anchor thing. Ready to whip some Cobra with that and tie him up. There he goes. Fistful of Joes! Yeah! But not too bad. For a redesign, I dig it. Oh, and he comes with Polly. How could I have forgotten? It's a nice Polly, too. See how well he fits on his arm here. Ooh. Very limited bending here at his talons. I guess they're still talons for a parrot. But still a nice Polly nonetheless. So let's reach into the box and grab a extra one, since I didn't grab 5 this time. And he came in a 2-pack as well, which we have the file card. So let's reach in and see who we get. We have Stalker. Now this is not from the 25th anniversary line. This is from the comic packs that they released before the 25th line came out. So I guess this falls in line with the Joe vs. Cobra era. Let's get this rubber band off here. But O-ring, very close to the original design. Not as dense of camouflage as the original, which I really dug. I dig the original. Again, a figure I never had as a kid that I wanted so bad. It would have been nice if they included his like original gun, not just an M16. And he has like a very basic backpack that reminds me of the Viper backpack. But I love this era of Joe because it retained the original, you know, essence of the O-ring figures. Just, you know, changed things a little bit, but was still happy to find this guy. I mean, if I can't get the original, which one day I hope to, this is the next best thing. See if we can find any printing here. It says 1991 Hasbro. Now I know it did not come out in 1991, but the legs that they used may have, and they just kept the stamp on it. It's the only thing I could think of, because this came out in early 2000s. But still, a nice solid figure. Like I said, I love this era of Joe. I wish they would do something like this with the retro line opposed to what they're doing, which is just glorified 25th anniversary figures, in my opinion. But what you gonna do? What I'm doing is not getting the retro figures. Honestly, I haven't been able to find any in the stores other than a couple, and I just wasn't very happy with them. But anyway, I don't mean to poo-poo on things. I really don't. You know I love all this stuff. You know, I'm just, yeah, just giving my 2 cents. Anyway, back to me. Like I said, back to me. I hope you enjoyed that look at some 25th anniversary Joes and one, I don't even know where to classify it. I guess the Joe vs. Cobra line. I mean, it was the comic book packs that came out around that time period, and yeah, they were awesome. Big fan of those. Anything with the O-ring, yeah, just a super fan of it. But anyway, like I said, I didn't mean to poo-poo on some stuff. I mean, these are all great figures. I love them. But I'm just being honest with you all. So anyway, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them, and I love getting back to everybody. And if you're new around here and you enjoyed this or any of the episodes that YouTube is recommending down below, please hit subscribe. And if you hit that little bell icon, you will be notified whenever there's a new episode. So anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. Keep being rad and stay dorky.